Once your organization has determined what types of meeting templates you'll need, the board assistant takes over and begins using these templates to create specific meeting agendas. As you'll recall, the board assistant is the one who creates meeting agendas and makes them available to other AgendaLite users. To log in to the AgendaLite as the board assistant, complete the following steps. Log in as a board assistant. The Agenda Dashboard page displays. Select Meeting Agendas hyperlink on the top menu. The Agenda Listing page displays. Select the plus New Agenda button on the top right-hand corner of the Agenda Listing page. The Create Agenda page displays. The date field is pre-populated with today's date. However, you can change it to your desired date using the calendar control provided. An organization can have multiple boards or committees. AgendaLite is flexible and will accommodate that situation. Select a meeting template. Enter title, description, header, footer, opening remarks, closing remarks, meeting left chair, and meeting right chair. A header and footer can be added to the agenda. Header and footer text will be displayed at the top and bottom of each page of the published agenda. Based on the meeting template used for the agenda, you will need to fill out the second half of the agenda form. The blank fields to the right of the agenda categories and subcategories are optional fields that can be used for indicating additional information. This information is primarily for use for the published agendas. It can also be viewed by the board assistant in the active, finalized, and completed statuses. When the information has been entered, click the Save button. The agenda listing page redisplays. The new agenda that was created is now displayed in the agenda listing with an active status. An email notification is also sent to all item authors, which notify them that the agenda is available. After the board assistant creates the agenda, it becomes active. This means that item authors can now begin submitting agenda items for consideration for the related board meeting. I'm now going to change to the role of item author. To add an agenda item to an agenda, complete the following steps. Click the Login button. The agenda listing page displays. Click the plus New button under the Items section. The new agenda item page displays. In the category list box, select an agenda category. Then select a subcategory, if any, approval path, and create a title. Click the Submit button. The agenda item listing page displays. Once an item is submitted to an agenda, it is then up to the approvers to decide whether this item is suitable for inclusion in the agenda. I'm now going to log in as an approver. For this demo, let's assume that only one level of approver is necessary for this item. Log in to AgendaLite as an approver. The Manage Approvals page displays. From the Agenda List box, select the meeting agenda containing the items you want to review. You can search the agenda item by agenda and the agenda item status. Click the Search button. Select the Awaiting Approval status. The Agenda Approval page refreshes to display the items awaiting your approval. Click the Approve button. Item authors can continue to submit agenda items to an agenda until an agenda is officially finalized by your board assistant. However, once the agenda is finalized, it is locked to further submissions. This means that no one can submit any other items for inclusion in this agenda, and approvers can no longer approve agenda items for that agenda. This is the time allotted exclusively for the board assistant. During this time, he or she can continue to add and edit agenda items as needed and perform other cleanup tasks prior to releasing the agenda for review by board members and staff. For this demo, let's assume that all agenda items have been submitted for our agenda. Let's change roles once again and finalize the agenda to lock it from further submissions. To finalize our agenda, complete the following steps. Log in as the board assistant. The Meeting Agendas page displays. On the Meeting Agendas page, select the active agenda you want to finalize. To select an agenda from the list, click the View button under the Items section. The Agenda Item Listing page displays. Click the Finalize Agenda button. Any items that have not been fully approved at this point can be by the board assistant. Click the Fully Approve This Item symbol. The symbol changes to a locked symbol. The agenda item is now fully approved. Once the board assistant releases an agenda, all board members and staff members will be able to review it online. Board members will also be notified via email that the agenda is available for viewing. To release an agenda, complete the following steps. Log in as a board assistant. The Meeting Agendas page displays. In the board assistant's meeting agenda page, select the agenda to be released. Click the View button. The Agenda Item Listing page displays. Click the Release button. A Release Agenda pop-up displays. Click the OK button to release the agenda. Board members and staff members can now view the agenda. Now, although we aren't going to go through these steps, let's talk for a few minutes about what happens after the agenda is released. Basically, both board members and their staff can now view the agenda directly online. The board members can view all agenda items, review all supporting documentation, and, if they wish, request more information about any agenda item listed in the agenda. Only after an agenda has been released is it possible to conduct your meeting online.